You're listening to an InfoBlitz LLC podcast network production.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the weekly wrap-up with John and Yancy. My name is John Haynes, and I am here with my co-host and partner, Yancy Seals.
Hey, it's me. It's Friday, you guys.
It is Friday.
Give yourself a hand. We made it to Friday. Hold it. It'll make a difference with me. I'm retired. What difference does it make?
You know what? I'm like, yeah, I'm retired. Someone asked me a minute ago. They said, "What day is it?" And I said, "It's Friday because we have a show." That's the only reason why I knew. Oh man, so yeah, I mean, you know, it's been good though. I love being retired. I was telling people, I love being retired, brother.
Oh, yeah, man, you couldn't beat it. I'm glad I'm retired. I am glad.
Yes, you and me too.
Man, please work. What? No way.
I mean, you know, people would call what I'm doing work. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm having fun actually. Yeah. I'm busy, you know, I'm productive, but it's just having fun. But I wish I wish I could have been retired many years ago. Yeah. It makes life a lot better. It makes life a lot more meaningful to me.
And I don't know who said it, but someone said if you're doing what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yep.
I'm not sure who said it, but it was a damn good quote, and I've always remembered it.
It is me too.
Do what you love,
and you'll never work a day in your life. And that is true. That is true. Most of us wound up finding, well, I know I did. I just went and found a job because that's what we were told to do. Get a job, you know. So
get a job and get out of my damn house.
Get a job, make some money, and leave, you know. But you know, I mean, it does work better if you find something that you love to do.
Yeah, and that's why so many of us Black folk are so unprepared when we go out into the world. Our parents told us to get an education, get a job, and leave. That was the route. That was the plan. And that's not a good plan. But as soon as you graduate from high school, you're not ready to go out and get go out into the world. You're not even prepared. You have nothing. You just push you out there and by braille you try and figure it out. That's not good.
It wastes time. It wastes a lot of time. But see, that's what our parents were taught. And so that's what they were teaching us. I mean, you know, you tell someone at 18 years old, you know, okay, it's time for you to be a man, it's time for you to go, you know, and then what do? You know, like you said, you're not prepared to do anything. You don't really know anything about the world, you know, and for what we learned in high school, you were very ill-equipped to handle a bank account or anything like that. So it was a recipe for failure, but they did not know that, you know, that they did not know that. And that's why now they no, I don't know. You need to be prepared. You know, whether that's after 4 years of college or whether that's after 2 years of grad school, it doesn't matter.
It's incumbent to the parent to prepare those kids for life.
Exactly.
And that's what didn't happen in a lot of our lives in Centown and a lot of Black homes. We're not being prepared for life. We're told that, first of all, big boys don't cry. So you better.
Oh man,
that's number one. 18 years old, graduate from high school, and then get a job and get out of my house. Go get your own. I got mine. I heard it before.
I got mine. You go get yours. Yep.
And that's the problem.
That is a problem. It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem in the Black community, and I thank you for identifying that because it is true. That is a huge problem in the Black community. We are doing the same thing that our fathers taught us to do, and it's not a recipe for success. And adults are losing their way. They're wasting time. Where their counterparts are out there, you know, they don't have that problem. They have a place to stay. They continue to go to work and go to school, and they become educated, and then they wind up leaving when it's best for them. The best thing that I heard a young lady the other day. She said, was online. She goes, I live in $1 million house. And I'm like, okay, here we go. She said, but the reason why I live in $1 million house is because my sister can afford to live in $1 million house. In our household, you couldn't have nothing that your brother, your sister, or your any of your siblings couldn't have. like she said, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment until my sister was able, us together, to get her $1 million house. And then I got my $1 million house, she got hers. You know, and I'm like, this is something that we need to learn.
That analogy you just explained, John, is very prevalent in the Asian and Hispanic communities.
Yes.
Unfortunately, in the Black community, that just doesn't exist.
It does not exist.
It's starting to come around now, because I've always told my kids, home base is where you always come.
Always.
I don't care what happened. I'm going to always have home base for you.
You have a place.
Always have home. You always come home. Always. I don't care.
So you never have to worry about anything. If anything goes south, you always got a place to be. I remember something you said, big boys don't cry. I remember, man, my father died when I was 14, and I chewed the inside of my jaw because big boys don't cry. I didn't cry at the whole funeral, the whole thing, nothing. And I went, retrospectively, after I started going through therapy, that was not a good thing to do. It's repression, and it's not really good. It really isn't,
and that's why I'm so thankful to your niece and her show.
Oh man,
my cousin, all that. Your cousin, I'm sorry, and she captivates all that. She brings that stuff home. Big boys do cry, and so do men.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, Sundays with Shay, man, she's coming into her own, and I really like the way she's doing that. That's all her. That's all her. She's coming into her own, and that's great. But yeah, like you said, big boys do cry. Men cry. I cry now. I cry easier now than I used to before.
And no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
And there's no shame. I don't. There's not a shame in it. When before you be like, no, man. If I cry, I cry. And if it makes you think less of me, then you think less of me, and I'm around the wrong people. So it makes me know that.
I don't care what you think about me, as long as you keep it to yourself, or you gonna fuck around and get tossed up.
That is the thing, man. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting that we started talking about that by this being the end of what they call Black History Month. We have never really, in my eyes, or in what I think, we have never really addressed the fundamental problem or the fundamental situation with Black people. And it has nothing to do with we need civil rights. It has nothing to do with all of that. It has to do with a mindset, a psychological mindset. And why are we asking for civil rights? There's nothing you ask for.
What you're saying, I 100% agree with, is start at home.
Yes.
You got to start these things at home. And when you start things at home and start growing your home and those boundaries, then you can start talking about, hey, I need some civil rights because this is not working. This
exactly.
This is what I'm old. But it's difficult to say I need civil rights when you were in your home. I shouldn't say that's not even right to say, because you always deserve civil rights. Civil rights is a thing you deserve. But I'm just trying to say, we need, as Black people, need to concentrate more in our home life, making sure that our kids are doing well before we just push them out in the goddamn streets.
You can't do, see, and this is what we've been doing all this time, and you don't do, like you said, I have Asian friends. They don't do that with their kids. They said their kids go to college and everything. They don't do that. I have people, white friends. They don't do that. Their kids stay at home. They're in grad school at home. Living in the basement, but they're running their own business from home in the basement. It's just like, wait a minute. We are like, well, you got to get out. That's it. Yeah. And my dad was big about that. I remember when my sister would turn 18, I was so mad at him. You got to go. 18. I don't take care of grown-ups. I'm like, what?
Yeah. My parents were the same way. And many of us who listen to us today, right now, your parents were the same way. I'm not saying everybody was the same, but many were the same way. This is what we know.
This is what we knew. And now, since we know better, there's no excuse. There is no excuse.
You know better, do better.
That's right. You know better, do better. And for us to advance. You keep thinking, why? Because we've never addressed that fundamental problem. We never addressed that fundamental mindset. And then go ahead.
When you know better and do better, and you preparing your kids to go out and do the right thing, you'll find out your dollars in your Black community will stay in the Black community a lot longer before they take off to another community.
Yeah.
Currently, right now, the dollars that come into the Black community stays all of 3 hours.
See, yeah, okay.
All 3 hours.
Wow. Wow.
Oklahoma to Tulsa, the black community money stayed in there for a month before it left.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And white people say, "Oh no, hell no,
hell, we don't want that. We gonna burn that shit down, But see, I remember we did when I was in high school or first part of college, where we marked our dollar bills. You marked the dollar bill, whether you were black or whether you marked it with a certain thing, just to see how long it stayed. It stayed in circulation. And when they figured out that black people spend a lot of money, they we support businesses that doesn't have our best interest in mind,
right.
Quite a bit more than any other race, period. I mean, if you look at people, prime example, and I know I'm skipping around, but we had the Martin Luther King Jr. march, and it was in Las Vegas, and one of the guys was saying, well, they had it over in on the east side, but when they had the march for the Lunar New Year for the Asians, it was on Spring Mountain, and I said, because they basically own Spring Mountain. Look at when down Spring Mountain in Las Vegas, it's all Asian shops. It's all Asian, not just restaurants, shops, businesses, all kind of stuff that is owned and run by Asian people. Okay, we don't have that.
Oh no, yes you do.
Where?
Yes you do. It's called if you guys who live in Vegas, it's called North Las Vegas, and the problem is it just don't look like there. It don't look like the Asian communities. I'm sorry, it's boarded up buildings. Homeless people all over the dang place.
Yeah,
that's what it is. How come black people can't have a black area for businesses?
You know what?
Asian, you go right down there in Las Vegas, and you know where it is, off of just over by Flamingo. You go to, you think you're in Asian community, you're in Asian country.
In Asia, they have the best food down there too.
Every last, and it's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong. That's good for them.
Yes, it is.
We need to take a goddamn class and do the same damn thing.
And man, see, this is the thing. Okay, like you said, we have North Las Vegas. Okay, now up until recently, they actually boarded North. I mean, they put an off ramp over there. I was there when they did that. I was out there protesting. When they did that, I was like, wait a minute, they cut that whole area off from the strip and everything else, right? You had to go around 4 or 5 miles. Buses, people that had jobs, they cut them off, and they didn't even say nothing about it. Then all of a sudden, when we start making a stink about it, then they changed it. But like you said, if you go over in that area, and people are going to get angry with me when I say this, I did not like going over into that area. There's a certain place.
There's a good chance that you might get jumped.
There's a place over there that serves the best catfish in the valley or whatever. No, I didn't go there. But there you go. I wasn't gonna say the name. Okay, Mario's. Now you gonna have to try to we're gonna be a sponsor for us or something. But I mean,
Mario's, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Mario's because they do have good fish. There was a place called Jimmy's, man. But anyway, go ahead.
But those areas, when I don't have a problem with them shutting off the bridge over there. I don't have a problem with that. That gives us hours. But we still got to get in there and build that place up. Make it nice, make it livable, make it safe. That's what you got to do.
See, and this is the problem. Why? And I ask this question all the time. Why is it that Black communities, if you're a Black person, is one of the worst places for you to stay? For the most part, not all. Now, I can't paint with a broad brush, but for the most part, like over in North Las Vegas, why? Why don't I feel comfortable when I go there? Why is the buildings all run down? Why do they all have bars on the windows? When you hit the north side, because they start having bars on the windows. I mean, why? Why? It's
the same reason why the streets are oiled.
Yeah,
driving. You can tell what area you in. You go there.
That's right.
Nice and clean. There's no oily streaks in the streets because the cars are newer. They don't have to worry about trying to fix an oil leak. In the north side, it gets oil in the street because they got to fix these damn cars, keep them going.
Cars, potholes. Yeah. Oh man, it's just It's crazy. And I'm thinking, okay, and then but then we have, there's so much money there that's being spent there. Everybody, like, again, I told one of my friends I just talked, I said, they were going to, I said, okay, when you're in Vegas, usually there's a wall of employees. Look and see if there's anybody of color above the managerial level. Look in the C-suites. Tell me, is there anybody of color in the C-suites? And I can guarantee you that in 99.9%, there is not. There is people up there. They may go up to manager, supervisor, assistant manager, or whatever. But in the C-suites, I haven't seen one yet. Binions was the only one, and now they're gone. So
Well,
but people are out there
my
spending that
position.
money. They're out there spending that money. See, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, man, I don't know.
Yeah, here's my position on that. And my position is like this. I really don't care whether they want to hire us. You know what? If we come in qualified and we're the best person for it, yeah, cool, fine. We should be hired. But you know what, John? I just think we should be more concentrate on fixing and growing our own areas.
Well, I agree. I totally agree.
Girl, don't take your money out someplace else. Stay in your area. Let's grow our areas. Let's create businesses. Let's create alliances. They can help, but we're not going to be supported by you. We're not going to be supported by you.
I 120% agree with you, and we'll join anybody that's doing something like that. Because that's where the change is going to happen. Again, and I fell into the same old thing, identifying the problem. We already identified the problem. Let's stop identifying the problem and let's start identifying the solutions. And that's where I fell right into that. But like you said, it doesn't matter. What do we have to do to get together, to form alliances, to start trusting each other and doing business with each other, and advancing each other up, rather than just than just tearing each other down or continuing the same old thing we've been doing forever, for years.
Last week I mentioned something, and I said that is a powerful word. It's called DNA. Yeah, that's a powerful word. It's in our DNA. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It has to work its way through. It has to work its way out. It's in our
Lynch.
DNA.
People tell you that that's crazy, but it's not. Lynch knew when they brought him over in order to control the slaves. He knew about DNA. He knew about fear inside the fetus and the DNA. He understood that. Yeah. And that's what he used to control people of color, to control Black people. And we don't realize that. We don't realize that is in your DNA. Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid in certain situations, in certain areas? It's in your DNA to think that. Again, man, I don't have the solution, but I want to be a part of the solution. Anybody that has a solution, let's work with it. Let's go. Let's run. I'm all down. I'm down. And we can to make a change. I'm just tired of identifying the problem. Let's identify the solution. And work with it.
Totally agree. And with regards to Black history, and I just believe that what we need to do is it's just let's make February real. It's just like another old day. It's just like another old month. No. So okay, what about it? What about it? What about it?
What do we?
We're more than just dancing in the streets and selling wares. We're more than that.
Yes.
We're more than that. It's time for us to start building. It's past time, actually.
It's past. But you know what? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you're right. It is time for us to start building. We have we have the knowledge. We have the technology. We are just giving it out. We're not using it for home base. We're using it for their base. Okay.
That's right.
And that's where the situation is. Instead of using it for home base, and then once we get home base together, hey, I'm ready to share with you.
Yeah.
But
we are the biggest consumers. So we got the money. We have money. It's there. Money's there. We have money within our group.
Yeah. We have to start trusting. Yeah. We got to start trusting each other, man, and doing business with each other, and quit trying to hurt each other, and quit being crabs in a barrel. If I see an opportunity that can help you, I'm gonna tell you about it. I'm gonna say, yo, man, yo, check this. It may not be able to help me, and I don't care if you make more money than me at it. I know that, hey, I helped somebody out. That works.
That's what it's about.
And that's what we have to get to that
Mhm.
that point where it's not all about the house slave or the house nigga and the field nigga. It can't continue to be about that.
You can't. It gotta stop.
If we're gonna advance and the people are get left behind, we're at a prism right now that either we're gonna advance or we're gonna get majorly left behind. Okay, majorly left behind. Yeah, we are.
Fork in the road.
Yeah, we are. Yes, we are. Some people are realizing that, and other people are not. You cannot continue to play if you're going to advance. You cannot continue to play ball the same way we've been playing ball.
You can't.
You can't.
You're right.
You can't. You can't.
You're right.
That's why I'm doing what I do. That's why I'm doing what I do.
That was mentioned last week also. We're still working with 2023, but using 1965 tools.
Exactly, 1965.
There's better tools out there, people, nowadays.
Yes. You know what? Something else, and I want to get to the news too, but there's something else that came up there, which was news. Malcolm X's daughter is suing, right? The CIA, the FBI, and the New York Police Department, right? Because of a ruling that a judge made in a case that was adjacent to it last year. And it opened up the door, and they're like, okay, so if this is true, then this must be true. Benjamin Crump, and I've watched him, man, and he's impressing me. They're not going to file suit unless they have the evidence. You can't even file a suit unless you have the evidence. All right.
Yeah, or would you a government? Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right. They got evidence. It's there.
A lot of people don't like Benjamin Crump because they say he's not articulate. He don't have that right dialect. That joker is smart. Don't you let that man fool you.
No, that man is he's extremely intelligent. He just opened up a school of law. Okay. I mean, that man's very intelligent, and simply because he doesn't articulate the Queen's language the way that we think he should, or the way they think he should, and actually we don't articulate the Queen's language the way they don't articulate the Queen's language the way they're supposed to either. Okay. So because he's not as there are some people who are auditory, like Obama. He can get in there, and Obama can speak in front of anyone, and they would be like, "Ooh, Benjamin Crump." Yeah, maybe you may have to, kind of, strain a little bit to listen to what he's saying, but the man has got the goods. So I'm gonna listen to somebody that has the goods rather than somebody that's just gonna be up there. Not saying that Obama don't, because he does, but rather than someone that just that are, like we used to say in the old days, talking loud and saying nothing.
Yeah, they say his speech is kind of like Obama, not Obama, but what's the dang word? Anyway, I'm old. I can't help it. I forgot. And I'm retired too, so don't worry.
Yeah, I know. But you see, but that's the whole thing. Being judgmental. Why? Has he been winning his cases? Is he been managing the cases well? Okay. So why should we even worry about what he saw tonight? Because he's not as articulate as some people. Why? Sure. He has to be very intelligent. He has a law firm. I know enough about law firms that and he's been very successful. So very successful. But and some people just automatically don't like him. And my question is to you: think about it. Why? Yeah. Why? Yeah. Why don't you like this man? I mean, he's doing what he can. Yeah. Shout out to Benjamin Crump. Big shout out, because they're gonna wind up having this exposed. Because you know what? I don't think they're gonna take the payoff. Okay, because eventually what's gonna probably happen is they're gonna say, we're gonna throw money at them because we don't want this shit out, But I think they're gonna say no. We want everybody, the world, to know that the CIA, the FBI, and the New York Police Department killed Malcolm X. Well, they're definitely going to take the money, but they don't want to be gagged. That's for sure. Okay, yeah, I don't want to be gagged, bro. To me, it needs to be in plain. Everybody's got to know. It should be front page, on everybody's everything. Yes, the CIA, the FBI, and the New York Police Department conspired and killed Malcolm X. Period. Okay, let's move forward. Let's just move forward. I mean, and then that way, just like they were looking at different things that happened with housing and stuff like that, I mean, Black people were written out of, they couldn't own the house, they couldn't rent the housing. Let's just admit that and move forward.
Yeah,
You know?
and the same thing on Martin Luther King.
Yeah,
I believe the government CIA killed that man too.
I do too. I
Through,
mean,
through somebody else. They did
when
it.
you look at what happened with that, when you investigate all that stuff, when you look at what happened, that guy didn't just sit up there by himself. That guy didn't do that by himself.
If you ever had an opportunity, go to Memphis and go to the Lorraine Hotel,
Ooh.
and you'll see that there's no way he could have done it. There's absolutely no way where Martin Luther King was standing and where he was in that hotel bathroom. If you go there, see, there's no possible way. No way.
I mean, these are things because I totally believe before you can dispose of something, you have to expose it. Okay. And then it can be disposed of. If we want to move forward as a country, there are things that we have to expose. That yes, the government of the United States plotted and killed Black leaders. Yes, the FBI and the government of the United States infiltrated Black organizations with the attempt to discredit them and to kill the leaders. They did that, and it would go a long way with just, yes, we did, yes, they did, and then move forward, and let's move forward because I know who I'm dealing with, but then we know who we're dealing with. And then you have to decide whether you want to trust these people or not.
That's right. That's 100%. 100%.
I mean, this our show took a turn, but I like the way it went.
No, it's good because you mentioned this is actually the last weekend of Black History Month, and I think it's fitting to talk about Black History. I don't think we've done it yet this month, or have we?
No, we haven't. We did a little bit, but not a lot. I mean, just like when we were talking about people, the light bulb and Edison and all that kind of good stuff. Like Edison did not invent the light bulb. Edison improved the light bulb. He didn't invent it. He didn't invent it.
As we talk, I'm looking on the back of your wall. You have on the back of your wall. You have Martin Luther King and also Malcolm X back there, and frames. Really nice. I like that. That's good.
Thank you, man. My daughter did that. And there's another one on here. There's another one
into the Crown Royal, right
right to the crown. There's the woman I love that she put up there. It says, "Success doesn't just come and find you. You have to go out and get it." I love that when she put that. I told myself, you know what? She listened to me well. She listened to me well. Yeah, because I used to always tell her, you got to
make it happen. You got to get up.
You got to make it happen.
Go do something.
Make it happen, Captain. Don't just sit back talking about, you got to make that stuff happen. You got to go out there.
And that's one of my problems I have with our people when it came to President Obama. Everyone thought, and I'm talking to the Black community only, not everyone. Don't get me wrong. Don't start sending me hate mail because I'll send hate mail back. Many of our Black people, when President Obama came in, they said, "Great, we got a Black president. Now he's gonna get our money. We're gonna get stuff. We're gonna get stuff for free. We're gonna get all the." No, that's not the way it works. And then they didn't get these things they thought they was gonna get. They said, "Well, he didn't do nothing for our Black community. He didn't do nothing," and that's not true.
It's not. It's not. It's not true. It's not true at all. He basically made it a possibility for you to go out there and get it yourself. I mean, that's about and no one's. First off, we have to always remember this. If someone gives you something, they can take it away. Okay. If they give you something, they can take it back. I don't want nobody to give me nothing. I'll get it myself. Just.
James Brown said that. Open
that's
it,
right.
I'll get it myself.
Get it myself. Show me where it's at. Give me the process. I'm good. Let's do it. I'll do it myself. I don't want you to give me something.
Yeah.
People that they go ahead.
You need to have skin in the game.
Yeah. If you have no skin in the game, and that's another thing. People are afraid. We got to stop being afraid. We got to stop operating out of fear. When you operate out of fear, you make bad. At least when I operate out of fear, and I have before, I made bad decisions. Operating out of fear. When I stopped operating out of fear, things started working. Stuff started coming together. And you're like, whoa.
Fear will lock up your finances that quick.
Real quick. And you can't operate out of fear. And you know what? We have to trust each other, man. I don't even know how to say this enough. I have so many Black people that I know that are in business that people can help, or you can use their business instead of buying this, buy theirs. or something like that. Like I said, there's only a few things. You got to have a good product and a fair price. That's it. Good product, fair price. That's not cheap, price, fair price.
Yeah, a fair price.
Fair price.
Yeah,
And I'm there.
Yeah, not many. We don't buy the cheapest thing. We look for what's fair and what's good. We don't buy the cheapest. No one buy the cheapest. I don't think. I don't.
No. I wasn't never. You look at it. Just right. You look at it was within your budget, and you get the fair price. But see, too many times is way too many times, and especially way too many different restaurants I've been to out in Las Vegas that I say, oh, black-owned restaurant, I'm gonna go there, and you get an inferior product and you get a very high price. And one of them is closed now. Yeah, go ahead. One of them is closed now. That's what I was experiencing.
That's very common in our Black community. We have a tendency to jack up the prices on things that don't need to be jacked up.
No,
soul food is not expensive, guys. I'm sorry.
No.
I cook all the time. Soul food is not expensive. It doesn't take a whole lot to make either. So don't go there with me. But we try to make all the profits on one person. How you gonna go and get a small little cup of some greens and say that's $3.99
or $6.99?
Or $6.99. How you gonna do that? How you gonna do that?
When that thing costs 3 cents, literally.
Yeah. Come on. How you gonna do that to people?
I mean, you're gonna make you wonder why we don't. Then when you try them, we haven't had a good experience. I'm looking for there's one place in Vegas that I started going to. I forgot the name of it, but they're off of it's on my side of the side of I used to live on. What is it? Rancho and I forgot what is it. But they are Black-owned business, very good food. I'm gonna actually contact them. Very good food because I'm looking for sponsors, by the way, people. We're looking for sponsors. Hey, look, man, I got into it. I started thinking and something hit me the other day, and I'm like, you know what, man? You need to start looking for sponsors. So we're looking for sponsors, but again, and then I don't expect people to give anybody anything. We'll in return, we have to have a good listenership. We need 1,000 people. We need 1,000 subscriptions, y'all. I have 700 people in my my friends list.
So yeah, I ain't got no friends, so
they ain't well, anyway, I'm gonna say you ain't nobody. You ain't my friend. No, but what I'm saying is that we have to start helping each other. If we start helping each other, then we're gonna see just how things can be a lot better. Because I'm a total believer in karma. What you put out, you get back. Okay. So what you put out, you get back. You help somebody somewhere going to help you. What you put out, you get back, and it's an ebb and flow in things. And it's just, I would like to see solutions. I don't want to see no more marches. I want to see bills written.
Yeah.
I want to see people writing bills. I want to see people getting interested in their local local government. I want to see people running for office in their local government so we can affect change.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's gonna be the same thing.
Hallelujah.
Am I preaching, brother? No. I mean, man, it's time. It's just I'm at the point where I get irritated and I'm fed up and I'm like, okay, look, I'm frustrated. I'm like, okay, look, we gotta, I gotta do what I can. I gotta do my part. So I'm doing my part. Man, do you know I looked at the other day because I'm redoing the website. And by the way, please subscribe for free to the website, infoblips.com. You go scroll all the way to the bottom and hit the subscribe thing. It's free now, right now, limited time only. But the thing is that I start doing different things. I have over 117 podcasts, man. Where I was just when I first started doing the audio ones, and then you taught me into doing this. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm like, good. Let's. I want to help people. You got a business? Let's do it. Let's talk about it. We'll put you on here. Come on.
And I think I mentioned last week I'm starting working on putting together the business symposium. And,
yes.
Where we can have a group of people on and it's talk about business. How did you get there? What did you do? What are you expecting? All that kind of stuff. How does a person get started? Once they figure out they want to go in business, where do they go from there? That's how you start. Where do you go from there? What's next? Do I need to incorporate? Do I not need to incorporate? What do I need to do? That's
can we do a monthly thing on that, man? I mean, like every not just one, but
a series.
Continue, yeah, series continuing.
Yeah, I think a series can be done on something like that.
Because we should take people from zero.
Mm-hmm.
I want to start a business, but how? I've been there. I know. Mm-hmm. Then you start a business, and okay, so what do I do now? I mean, how do I get? Listen, how do I do? What do I do? What do I do? How do I? I mean, I've had so many businesses in years. It's insane, but I've had many businesses, even a gift basket business. I was sending that, doing that stuff, but didn't know what to do and made a lot of mistakes. And that's why, like you said, I can tell you exactly what not to do. When
I say don't do that, I'm telling you, don't do that.
Yeah, if I tell you don't do that, that means I did it and it failed. I did it a couple of times and it failed, brother.
Right.
So
yeah.
I know, right? At first I was like, yeah, well, no, don't do it. If I tell somebody don't do it, then you don't do it. Because we've already been there. But see, this is what I want to do. If we can get a thing where we can, and there are people out there that would probably help, like Robin and people who are doing business, that we could pull on their experiences, so we can all get together and show people or tell people this is how you do it. Yeah. I'm a major proponent of getting an LLC. I never was before, but I am a major proponent of getting an LLC now. Finding something that you do well, because first off, because of the tax advantages, not just because of the write-offs, but because of the tax advantage. But it opens doors for you, credit-wise and otherwise, for you to do different things and to make advancements. Too many of us have our own thing that we have a side hustle, and then you don't understand when you hit that side hustle, starts making money, you got to pay taxes on that. Okay. But because you teach it as a side hustle, if you report it, I advise everybody, I'm telling everybody, do not play with the IRS. Okay.
Don't mess with them.
They have
to be played with.
They're not to be played with. They are very serious, and they will, if they get your name and they come after you, they gonna get what they want. Okay.
Just follow the rules, you guys. There's enough rules there that protects you.
Like I just said, I said before, if I tell you not to do something, okay, don't do it. They will ruin your whole entire life. Okay, then until you decide I'm gonna get straight with them, but then that's gonna take a lot. So don't do it. Don't do it from the beginning. If you're making money, declare it. Just get an LLC so you can balance it, have your person balance out what you wrote, would you spend, as opposed to what you're making. So some kind of way there should be some kind of balance.
Right.
Absolutely. This is not a financial show. I am not a financial expert by any means. But so if you're looking for financial help, please go and look for someone that does financial help. You know what, man, I'm learning. I got to say that stuff, because somebody will say, well, John said on the weekly wrap-up. I heard that shit on
John Yancy show. I know. They told me to do that.
And then 10 years from now, when we making millions of dollars and we all over the TV, somebody gonna come up from they told me this, and then they gonna want to sue you. So someone was telling me, always make that disclaimer, man. Always make that obligatory disclaimer. Always, and okay, that's my old radio days, but yeah.
Disclose. That was that's the rule of the government. Disclose,
man. The government, United States government, you really have to have faith to trust them people, boy. I tell you.
You have to. You better.
You better.
I don't. But you better.
No. The people that are in Ohio, the people that are in Ohio are learning quick.
Yeah, aren't they?
They're learning quick, man. Look. Bottom line is, let's look at this real quickly, because I don't have all of the information, but I know that there was a train, there was an axle fail. The axle failed. They pulled the people found out at the last minute that the car derailed, and there was a bunch of poisonous chemicals that wound up, that they exploded actually, at concentrated burn so that way it would be better than it just doing it on its own. However, there is problems with the water now. there's problems with the air. And then they're telling you, it's okay. It's okay. It's not okay. Okay. The government will tell you, we tested it. And I know this for a fact with drinking water. I had a friend in Vegas. I had a friend in Hawaii who used to dig wells. And we were talking about, he was talking about the how they measure the toxins or whatever in the water. He said, well, they just raised the level, man. They just raised what's permissible. I went, what? He said, they just raised what's permissible. And then it meets the level. He said, when you're the EPA, when you control what people see and what the levels are, if it comes above that level, you give it to your boss, the boss raises the level. Oh, it's under level. Okay, test it again. It's under level. Oh, we good to go.
See, you can't drink it.
That's right. You're good to go. Until they feel it to their baby, until they feel you see them draw water out that tap and give it to their child, and to be honest with you, bottled water is not that good. What I advise people to do is get you one of these filters that they have, because bottled water is not all that good either, but it's better than the stuff they have. But anyway, this is what the problem I have with government when they tell you that regulations are there too many regulations. Okay, that we shouldn't have that many regulations. That it impedes our ability to do business. No, it really doesn't, because there's questions I have to ask. A, why were they traveling with those chemicals through that area? B, why did they not use the double sealed tankers that they were supposed to buy that they didn't buy? Because the government was saying, hey, you got to have double sealed tankers. They're like going, no, that's restrictive. No, we don't want this restriction. Why don't they have those people, the alert things more than every X amount of miles on the tracks? There are things that regulations help. Yeah. Not all regulations, okay, yeah. but regulations in industry like that. Yeah. These people are going to be they're going to be fighting this for 10 and 20 years from now, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, the last administration cut those regulations out. That's why they don't have double tankers. He cut that shit out. That's the reason. Okay, in case you guys are wondering, that's why.
And we have proof. There's tape of him saying it. That he's going to bring back. That he's going to cut regulations back to 1960 levels. And I'm like going,
Did you see what he did? He was there yesterday, and he was down in Ohio yesterday, and it was almost like a split screen what he did, and we went to Puerto Rico. He was throwing out paper towels to everybody. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
He was throwing out his Omega hats. His mega hats.
Man, come on.
In Ohio. But those aren't hats to people.
His made in China mega hats, right? And that's basically what they are. They're made in China. Jimmy Kimmel pulled one up and put the tag up, made in China. Okay. America first, though.
That need help, and you out there giving them a goddamn hat. What are you gonna do with it? Why are you there anyway? What are you gonna do?
Because it's a photo op. It's a photo op. Because his own people don't want to vote for him now. Only the people, the mega people that the deplorable Marjorie Taylor Greene people, they're the only people who really want to vote for him, and his support is shrinking. And my thing is this, what they need to, he needs to be not even nowhere near any kind of office at all, because he's a criminal. He just hasn't been indicted, but he's a criminal.
Yeah. As you guys probably know, I used to be a Republican, but I'm not a Republican to date. But I'm waiting for three people. In the Democratic field. First of all, I guess we kind of changed the subjects real quick.
It don't matter. We're good.
Anyway, I think Biden is too old. He fell down the goddamn stairs again. He's too old. Or Air Force One. He got to go. He's done a good job. You brought us here. Now take somebody else to take us here. So he's time for him to go. Who's that going to be? Well, I like Westmore over in Maryland. The governor of Maryland, brother.
I got to look him up.
Yeah, Westmore. Check him out. Westmoreland, but it's Westmore. I like also who's planning on throwing his hat in the ring. Hogan used to be the governor of Maryland. He's Republican though. Republican. Okay. And also like Romney. Those are the people I'm waiting for those three.
You like
people.
Who's that? The last one?
I like Romney.
Yeah. No, Mitt Romney's cool with me. I'm good with Romney.
I like Romney.
that's the whole thing. Listen, man, I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat as long as you do a good job. I'm a former Republican too. I was a former Republican too until they decided to sell their soul to corporations. Okay. And no, that's what I saw. I saw them selling their soul to corporations, to money. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. And people will say, oh, you're a bit against no, I'm not against capitalism. I am a capitalist. I'm out here doing this shit. I'm a capitalist. Okay. However, I'm a capitalist with morals. Okay. I'm not going to do this if it's going to cost somebody else their life. What? I have a lot of morals. He's lying. He has morals too. The thing is that you can't be a capitalist where money above all, which is where we are in our country. Money above everything. It doesn't matter. Money above everything, right? And that's what I call corrupt capitalists, corrupt corporate capitalists, because you can't have money above all. People matter more than money any day. Money is a man-made object. Okay, we put the value to money. We don't. How are you gonna put the value to a human life?
Right.
Money can't be above everything, and that's where we are right now in our country. And I mean, that's the reason why I stopped being a Republican. I'm not a Democrat either. I'm more. I don't know. I'm more of in the middle right now. I've been independent for a long time. I was, it's just, I don't, the Democrat Party has a long way to go. Now, Biden has done a wonderful job. And I don't want to even hear that bullshit about he don't know what he's doing. If you look at what he's done with a split Congress and all the bills that's passed and all the money that's coming to all these areas that we need to have money come to, and how we're going to be building up from the middle out, right? Not the top down, right? He has done the damn thing. And if you look at the facts, don't listen to the shit that they tell you on these videos, on these TV shows. Look at the facts. He has done the thing. He's done what he said he was going to do. But like you said, now it's time for somebody to take that and move on with it. Move on with it. He needs to play the role of senior statesman or something like that, and just move on with it.
I think at some point, just like Dianne Feinstein.
Yeah.
Oh, is she 102? It's time for her to go.
Yeah, when she walked out of that one meeting and said, "Did I vote for that?" I'm like, "Yeah, you
what
need
do you mean? Did you vote for that?"
She asked her aide. Listen, man, I have sympathy for her. I have empathy, but the bottom line is, if you have to ask your aide, "Did you vote for that?" It's time for you not to be in office anymore. I mean, it would, because it's supposed to be for what's good for the American people, not what's good for your party. That's why we have a Santos in office still to this day. To this day, we have a fucking, we have a freaking, this guy lied. He's a lie. He's a fake. He's a fraud. And he's in Congress.
And he gets free medical attention, Medicare for life, and free check for life. He's done. You can put him out today. He's still gonna get that. He's out there giving interviews laughing. I'm a horrible liar. Yeah, you are. You're good, actually. We just found your ass out.
And I can't believe that he is still. That irritates me. And that's why I said last two shows ago, that I've lost all faith in the American government and the American system of government, not the American system of government and the American judicial system. I have lost all faith in the Merrick Garland. He might as well be a trash collector. I mean, what is he doing? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
I mean, it's just, to me, it's just totally ridiculous. It's just for our country to be going this way. I have no faith in them at all. So if you don't have faith in it, what do you have to do? You create another one. You create something that's better. People have a problem questioning our structure, our governmental structure, or our judicial structure. And you can't question that. Yeah, you can. You're supposed to question it. That's your job. You're supposed to question. And I question our system right now. It's not working right. So let's change it.
Let's fix it. That's right.
And that's going to cause putting skin in the game, running for office, supporting people that run for office. See, people, it's another whole thing. You can get the right person to run for office, but you got to support them. Run for office, support the people who run for office, help somebody write bills to change the thing from the structure of it, and then that way it will become better for everybody else.
Yeah.
You cannot get a good thing from a bad seed. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. But it takes us as a people, and I'm talking about Black people at this point. This is February, the month of February, Black History Month. It takes us as Black people to do just that. I remember when the Black Panthers came into existence, and they need to feed poor families. What did? They didn't go to the government and ask for
Power to the people.
Give me some money. Give me this. They band together, put together, and had free lunches and free food for people who needed it. That's what they did.
Huey P. Newton and them. You see, this is what I'm saying. They made the Black Panthers seem like they were a bad group of people, and they were not.
The government did for you.
And the same thing that the Panthers did in America went on into other countries. Okay, you can see how they did the same thing. Like you said, the kids wasn't getting breakfast. I was out there, and I know the kids weren't out there getting breakfast. They didn't get breakfast. So what did they do? They got the kids breakfast. They put up groceries on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
You know, bam, coming home from school. Here's you grab this, grab that. On the way to school, here's your breakfast.
Yeah.
You know,
and Northern California. I mean, they just had
Northern Cali. In Northern Cali.
Eat hot meals, lunch, breakfast, everything. You go to get breakfast and go to school.
And there was no violence in that area because the Panthers took care of it. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. But then here's the thing. People want to know why the gun laws are so strict in California, because when Huey Newton faced off with the police department and the Black Panthers faced off, and they all had guns, and the guy said, you can't do that. But Huey Newton was smart. He wasn't always smart. He was illiterate in the beginning. He saw his brother get his degree, and that made him want to get smarter. So he wound up with a degree. And he said, no, we could do that because of this, because of the Second Reich. We can have weapons. And the guy said, is it loaded? And he went, clack, clack. Now it is. I'm like, oh, and it's a movie that plays it very exactly what happened. Yeah. That next damn week, the next damn month, the next week, Ronald Reagan, right, started a law against not being able to carry guns. And I don't know the whole, I'll get the law for you, but you can look at it. Ronald Reagan passed, then the Republicans passed a law that would take guns away from people and made it not illegal to carry weapons. You know, and I'm like, brother.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a sad commentary how things are going for us, and it just don't seem like it's getting any better. It seems like we're just digressing, going backwards, or 3 steps back and 2 steps up. It's not getting anywhere.
The way I see it is because we haven't. Okay, look, it's like, how can I explain to it? It's like putting a bandage on a gaping wound. Okay, putting a bandage on a gunshot. Okay, it'll stop the bleeding, you know. And if you wrap it up good, it'll look pretty for a while. But eventually the blood's gonna start coming through, and it's gonna still continue to hurt, to damage the patient. Okay, that's what we've been doing. We've been putting bandages on stuff, you know, and then they come along with some program, a social program, where they throw it at it. Well, you can have this, but the man can't be in the household.
We can feed it back, but the
man can't be there. You know, we could do this, but you got to have this amount of money. You can't have no savings. You can't have a car. You can't have none of that. You know, you can't have nothing. Literally,
you want this $300 a month.
You can't have no savings. You can't have nothing that's in your name. Okay, that's extravagant. Okay, a car is extravagant. All right, you can't have nothing. And then they give you the $300 that will last you 2 weeks of food. Okay.
Oh, that's not enough. Okay, we know how you get more money. Have some more kids. Exactly. That's what hurts us. Oh, I can get an additional. If I can get one more child, I get an additional $200. I get $500, and I get on Section 8. You know what? And I'm done.
We could go into the whole super stupid plot of how all these social programs did nothing but hurt people. I'm not saying we shouldn't have safety net programs. We should. But the stipulations and the means testing that they put on them are ridiculous.
Are ridiculous. I believe in social programs. I believe in
me too.
In food for us, single mothers to feed their family. I believe in it. I think they're good. I think it has to come with something. And when I say when it comes to something, they say, okay, we'll do this for 5 years. We'll take care of all this, so you can go to school. We'll take care of the food, but you got to go to school and do something. So 5 years, you got to be ready. You got to be done, okay?
And that's right.
Sign papers say you in 5 years. You understand? Good. You understand? Great. We're all in agreement.
That's right. And in 5 years, if if you're not done, then we gave you 5 years, homie. That's it. You decided that you're deciding to live on the street because you're not taking the advantage of what we've given you.
It's not forever. It's not your source of income forever for life.
It was never meant to be that way.
I know people have been on that program, John, for more than 40 years.
Generational.
Mm-hmm.
Generational. And if you talk, you know what? I'm getting over. No, you're not getting over. You're not getting over, which basically you're ruining your life. You're ruining the life of your children, because they're seeing what you're doing. You're not advancing at all. So if that's what you want to do, then that's fine. But like you said, I believe there should be, whatever is 5 years, whatever years, this is enough time for you to get a degree or to go back to school, retool yourself, and we're going to take care of everything you got, but you got to be doing this. Okay. Take classes on finances. So that way, when you start getting a job, you're able to finance yourself, know what to do, know how to balance a checkbook, know how to spend money. Take classes on credit. So you'll know what to do with your credit. Okay. That is helping people. Okay. Throwing stuff at them saying, you know what, you can't go to school and you can't work because if you work, you ain't gonna get this. And that's just keeping people where they are. Keep people where they are. Listen, man. 100%. This has been a good show. I like this.
Yes, sir. It has.
I like this. It really, really has. I'm really serious about doing the series thing on the business symposium. Yeah, business symposium. Let's jump on that.
I'm definitely working on that, and I can say when I'm going to have something. I know I asked 4 people already, and I just haven't gotten 100% when we're going to get it all done. So it's coming, guys.
It's coming, and Centown Project has not forgotten. We're going to put a time on this Centown Project thing too, man. I was just thinking about that. You know what? I'll talk to you about that offline, but yeah, for sure, because we're going to tell them like, look, by this date, we need to have your name and address or whatever you need, or your name and or you're just not gonna be part of it. And that's just the way it goes.
That's how it is. Right now, to date, I think I have just a few. I don't. Yeah,
me too.
I don't have nearly enough to really, really do this thing the way John and I really want to.
We want to do it, but we're gonna see here's the thing. We're gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
So if it doesn't have your point of view in it, then
don't say a damn thing.
You
shut your damn mouth and
what can I say? Just watch it and say thank you. You're welcome. No, okay, man. Listen, man, that's it for me. That's what I got for today. Great show, brother. Thank you again. We don't plan these. Sometimes they just come out the way they come out, and this came out to be a really good one. I loved it. We hit some really good nuggets on that one. It'll be posted sometimes tonight. All right, man. So listen.
Hold on. You gotta take the opportunity to wish my wonderful wife a happy birthday today. Today's her birthday, so happy birthday, honey.
Happy birthday.
So happy birthday.
You know what? I'm telling you, Yancy. It is evident that you have very good taste. Well, you have very, very good taste. Okay. But as far as your wife is concerned, with you,
she kind of settled, huh?
She kind of settled for that. No, brother, I'm just really happy. You guys are a great couple. I'm just bull crapping with you. I gotta do that, man. Hey, listen, guys, happy birthday, definitely. And I hope you guys have a good time, and I hope you take her out and show her a good time.
We're going out.
That's great. Get on out there, do your. I ain't did that in so long. I ain't know how no more. Anyway, man, listen. So that's about it for us, y'all. Thank you very much for joining us. This is John for the weekly wrap up. Peace out, and Yancy.
Hey, you guys, thanks a lot. Happy remaining Black History Month. Thanks a lot for you guys. Peace out. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, guys, take care.